Elections PEI is an independent, nonpartisan office of the Legislative Assembly of Prince Edward Island. Our mandate is to administer fair and impartial provincial elections, provincial by-elections, plebiscites, referendums, along with the Public Schools Branch and the French Language School Board trustee elections. Elections PEI is also contracted by some of the larger municipalities on Prince Edward Island to administer their municipal elections and by-elections. Elections PEI is responsible for all supplies needed to administer an election. Our warehouse is well stocked with everything from pencils to window stickers, ballot boxes to computers and more. These supplies are packaged up for every polling location and delivered to the returning officer's office. In every district, the returning officer is appointed by Elections PEI following a fair and open application process. Here's the election officials and their abbreviated names, along with a brief summary of their duties when they work at the polls for an electoral event. The returning officer, or RO, is hired by Elections PEI. The returning officer runs the election event in their specific district with the guidance and support of Elections PEI. The RO is tasked to hire their election clerk, who is basically second in command, and they assist the RO in every aspect of running the election. The Supervising Deputy Returning Officer, or SDRO, manages the polling location they are assigned to. They are the go-between from the polling location and the returning officer. The Information Officer, or IO, is the door greeter at the polls. They will remind voters to have their ID and voter information card ready upon entering the polls. They will direct voters where they go within the polling location. The Registration Clerk, or RC, or Reg Clerk, is hired for their computer skills, as they all have laptops and will scan the voter cards and mark the electors as voted in the Register of Electors. They are also responsible for adding electors to the registry or updating electors' information. The DRO is the only person allowed to handle the ballots and pass one ballot to each elector following their visit to the Reg Clerk. After a person has voted, they return to the DRO to deposit their ballot in the ballot box. All these election officials are also required on election night to begin counting all the ballots following the close of the polls at 7 p.m. What's an elector? What's a voter? You heard me use the term elector and voter, but what's the difference? An elector is someone who is eligible to vote but has not yet voted. A voter is an elector who has already voted. What's that? I can hear what you're thinking.
Show me the money!
Before anyone works at the polls, you will be required to submit your payroll information papers to the returning officer. We need this information as you will only be paid by direct deposit into your bank account. Election PEI pays its election officials according to the Election Act tariff of fees. The SDRO will be paid a minimum wage plus $4 an hour. The IO, Reg Clerk, and DRO will be paid minimum wage plus $3 an hour.
Show me the money!
Look for the worker application on the Elections PEI website. We look forward to working with you at our next electoral event.